Blog Talk Radio.
You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop. Get the latest scoop. From Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop. Hang with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop. Get the latest scoop. From Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop.
All right, guys, welcome to the Big Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. Season 3 is still going strong, guys. Make sure you tell all your family, your friends, your associates, even your haters. Make sure they tune in to www.blogtalkradio.com/The Big Scoop with Coop. Also, with Season 3, we have special episodes that you can hear from Season 1 all the way up to Season 3 on my website, www.thebigscoopwithcoop.com. You can catch the show on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, Blueberry. I can keep naming for days, but I'm not going to do that. Tell your friends to check out the show. Google it. They can find it. And we're going to get this thing started. Today's guest, man, her resume speaks for itself. This woman has done so much in the movie industry and the television industry. From movies, oh gosh, where can I start? Conflict of Interest. Also, she's done Marriage Chronicles. She's also been in all of the barbershops, and you will know her. You will know her also from. Let me see, what else can I name off of this? She's actually done Deliver Us from Eva. She has been in a lot of things, guys. I hope you all are sitting down, relaxing, because you're going to love this show. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Jazsmin Lewis. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. How's your day been so far?
It's been good. Really good.
Yes. I'm in North Carolina, so we kind of got a little gloomy weather right now. So it's been raining. I haven't seen any sunshine in about a couple of days. But this right here makes my day also. So this is a good thing having you on the show. I know people are listening worldwide right now, so I know everybody is really excited about this show, Jazsmin. So let's go on to rock and roll, girl. On this show, just to let you know, Jazsmin, we always talk about how you started in your career, your success, give it advice on how to actually get started in your career, and much more. But we always start from the beginning. So, Jazsmin, when did you realize that you want to become an actress?
I had always been an actor, like, you started in school plays, really young and things like that. But I was also a musician and a singer, so I really didn't want to pursue acting for a career. I was in the music industry for a lot of years as a touring bass player and vocalist with a whole bunch of people for 11 or 12 years. And in the midst of that, I learned a lot. I grew up a lot because I did that all of my teenage years. And then music kind of changed. Computers became more popular. I wanted to stop touring because I had been on the road for so long. I wanted to sort of stay in one place for a little bit. So I decided to change careers pretty abruptly, too. I just woke up one day and went, I'm going to become an actor. And that's exactly how it happened. You know how they say ignorance is bliss? Like, you don't know what you can't do because no one's telling you can't do that. So it's better to stay ignorant and just think you can do it. And that's what happened. I called a couple of friends, got a manager within a day who lived about a block away from my house. Wow. She got me an agent the next day, just one guy, one phone, really small little office, And that was fine. I had no resume. I had no headshot. I had nothing. But he, within a couple of days, had me my first audition, which was for one line on the Martin Show. Oh, and wow. I booked my first job, and I booked my first job for my first audition. And I kind of just never stopped working after that.
How excited were you when you found out that you had that line to get on Martin? How excited were you?
I was at home and I was doing some, I don't even know what I was doing, but I was doing something really, and I got a phone call from my manager, and she was like, oh, I'm so happy to tell you that you booked it. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't even know what I was so green. I didn't even know what she was talking about. She was like, you booked Martin. That when you went in for the audition, you booked it. And I was like, okay. So that was super exciting.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So I did a little dance, I did a little happy dance.
Of course. You got to. I would have. You know how they got the Running Man challenge going on right now? I would have broke out the no Running Man. Yeah,
I would have done that had that been out. Trust me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, did you have any mentors, to help you out or to point you in the right direction, when you started in this industry, when you really got your foot?
I wish I had, I really did. But like I said, it had happened so quickly for me. I had friends, but they were still all in the music industry. I was still meeting people as actors and things like that, and I just really didn't have a lot of people that I was close to in the industry at the time. And right away, about 7 or 8 months after I had changed careers, and I had been doing like guest stars on different TV shows, and that time I actually got my first series regular on a show called Good News. And so I was sort of parked in one place on one show for about 2 years. And it was Roz Ryan that, did a lot of talking to the younger cast members, me included. So if anyone would have been, a little bit of a mentor, it would have been her at the time. But, yeah, I encourage that now. I mentor some people now, and I wish I'd had one myself, because I would have, I would have appreciated that, and I could have learned some stuff much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Just about the business aspect of it, you know what I mean? Like, there's the arts and crafts of it, you can be artistic and you can do what you do and you can do it really well, but if you don't have the business part of it taken care of, then it's not going to turn out as well for you,
And I believe that a lot of people in the industry right now, and when I say industry, I mean movie and television, they did a couple of plays in school and they get booked on a show. They think that they can conquer the world in Hollywood or Atlanta or wherever they go, to get into the industry. But if you don't know the business side of it, I mean, it's like, being in front of a shark. You will get swallowed and chewed up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That'll happen. It can absolutely happen.
Wow.
And if you're in it for the wrong reason, if you're in it like, oh, I just want to be famous. No, that's the wrong. You have to be an actor because you love acting. Whether you ever get famous or rich or whatever it is that you think that, certain celebrities have, that can't be why you do this, because if it is, that's when you get swallowed up. Because you begin to do anything to achieve one goal, and that's fame and fortune, and that's not it doesn't necessarily come with this business.
Mm-hmm. And Jazsmin, you don't have to name any names because I'm not. And I know personally, a few of them, that got into this business just to become rich and famous and say, hey, look at me. I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And, and look at their career now. And it's not, you've seen them one moment and they're gone or they're in very bad shape. And when I mean very bad shape, I mean in the industry, very bad shape. Like, you can't book a gig. You can't get into anything. But we saw you 3 years ago, and now you disappeared. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening right now, worldwide listen to Jazsmin. You cannot get into this business with, with a mindset saying, I'm about to make 6 figures and I'm about to be the hottest thing out there. You can't go in that way because they will smell it, and when they smell it, you will feel it at the end. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good. Now, Jazsmin, in your own opinion, do you feel that the movie industry has gotten better or worse within the last 20 years?
Well, I'd say this. Look, in the 90s, we had 90s and like early 2000s, we had UPN and the WB and CW. So we had a lot of great television where there were so many shows that we were represented on. You really, there was a lot of working actors. And then it fell off really, really bad to where we weren't represented at all, especially on television, you know. But I think we are coming back. So it's been an ebb and flow within the last 20 years. We're getting good television again. We're getting represented as people of color on television and in film. It's always going to be an uphill battle because we don't control all of the money, obviously. But we can put ourselves in better positions to control more of it and have ourselves better represented. We are doing more writing. We're doing more producing. People are in more studio executive positions. People of color are in studio more of studio representatives. So that helps a lot. So I think that, we're building ourselves back. So I have a positive outlook on it right now.
And that's a good thing because I definitely agree with you with everything you just said. It was very hard. I would say and correct me if I'm wrong, Jazsmin, probably about a good 15, 16 years ago, if you wasn't real deep in the industry, and I mean television industry also, it was impossible. Well, I don't want to say impossible. It was very hard to get your face seen on television. And I mean, even down trying to do.
Well, we lost all our shows. UPN went down. You know, the WB, as it was at the time, which was another version of UPN, went down. They had all black shows on, or all people of color on their network. So there were plenty of places for us to be seen, because that's what the shows were. And they went, when those networks went down, those shows went away, obviously. I mean, we were completely underrepresented. I mean, completely. Almost like non-existent.
Right. Because I remember at one point you could watch the Wayans Brothers, and you can watch.
Oh, yeah.
You can watch
the Wayans Brothers, Martin, Moesha, Living Color, Living Single. Like, there was everything. I mean, it was everywhere. Look at my resume. I was on each one of those shows more than many times. So, you know, like that helped. Like, it kept me out there always.
And I remember seeing you on a lot of those shows, and you know, and you did an excellent job. I mean, regardless if you had, how you say you started in the business as a one-liner, up to being one of the main attractions. And I mean, you've always done your thing, and you carried it with confidence. And ladies and gentlemen, don't get it confused when I say confidence. I'm not talking about conceitedness. Jazsmin is a very, very well-trained professional, and she shows her work on everything she does. Television, movies, she's coming in well prepared. That's what I'm talking about by confidence. She's ready for everything. But when the industry goes down, I mean, even how popular Jazsmin is, she can't do nothing about that. If the industry goes down, you know, she's going down with the ship. And that's what kind of happened, you know, a few years ago. But, I mean, look at you now. You made this big comeback, and that's what I want to talk about also. When you found out that you were, you received a part as Ice Cube's wife, you know, Jennifer Palmer, in the very first Barbershop, what was your thought?
2001.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it was, I was happy, I was excited, I was really nervous, because the only thing I knew about Ice Cube, and this was back in 2001, so I remember even where I was. I was actually leaving an audition, walking to my car, and I got a call. I had gotten a call from my agent, and now bear in mind, I did the audition about maybe 3 months before I got the call. So when she said you got the call and you booked it, I didn't know what she was talking about. I thought she was talking about the audition I just left. So I didn't know what she was talking about. And then she's like, no, for Barbershop. And I was like, oh, okay. One, I had no idea that it would be this big. I knew it was going to be great, but I didn't know it was going to be this big. But I was nervous, because the only thing I knew about Ice Cube was NWA. And I was like, what if he's really like that? And I got to be his wife and be around him all the time in Chicago. It was just like everything was going through my head. But obviously it turned out completely different. He's a very family-oriented, nice guy. So I got to learn that, which was great. And we all kind of just became a little family. So it's great to see the franchise continue to grow. And we have, 3 movies later, we have grown.
Exactly. And I got a feeling you all are not going to stop anytime soon. That's just my opinion. Because the movie...
We're not done. We got another one coming.
You heard that. You heard it here first, guys. She said it. They're not done. There's more to come.
We're not done. Yep.
And you guys carry on a good storyline through part 1 to part 2 to part 3. Because, and I got to say this, though, Jazsmin, a lot of movies can't hold well in trilogies. They can't.
Right.
Part 1
will
go great. Part 2, you'd be like, okay, this is a high. Part 3, you'd be like, why did they tape it? Why did they shoot this?
Yes.
But it's different with this. I mean, I think you all have the best casting crew, that can continue to Barbershop 300. And, I mean, it'll be good.
We could be like another Fast and the Furious. Aren't they on like 8 or 9 or something like that? 9, right?
They somewhere, I want to say they're at, what, 8? Or 8 about to come out?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I know they're way up there. So, I mean, we could be that way, too, because Barbershop, it's topical information. It's political, it's social, it's environmental. We can talk about everything in the barbershop, and you can have every different point of view. So every person's idea is represented. You know, so when you watch it, you no matter how you think, your thinking is represented in the barbershop, and anything can be said in the barbershop. It's like a therapy session. So I think it's what keeps us relevant. You know.
Yes. Yes. Now, did barbershop actually help you prepare, in real life, to be a mother and a wife?
Yes. Well, it was interesting because the first two I was not a wife or a mother. Yet I was playing one. I was playing both. So, I felt like I didn't know how disconnected from being Jennifer I really was until I became a wife and a mother in real life. So when I did the third one, I was much more connected to her as a character and as a woman because I actually had a point of view. Having a son myself, I know what I really feel. So I feel like I was doing more thinking in the first two movies, and I was doing more feeling in the third one.
Wow. Okay. And I feel you on that, Jazsmin, because I think now, like you said, you wasn't a mother or a wife in part 1 and 2, and I think you have brought yourself into part 3, and it kind of correlated more for you. So that's good. That's very good.
I was much more connected to her.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jazsmin, I know we've seen, I know I've seen, and I believe people that's listening right now have seen this too. There's been a few clips going on with Barbershop 3, and like behind the scenes, they had one where people thought that Nicki Minaj and Eve was about to get into a fight for real. I saw some clip. Right. But can you tell us out of your mouth right now, how was the atmosphere, behind the scenes when the camera wasn't on you guys? What was the atmosphere like for all?
We have a nuclear family, and that's like the cast that you've seen since the beginning. So we are always going to be a family. There is not going to be any problems with that. We have acquired some new family members this time around, and I would say everyone sort of fell into, a family situation. It was a good environment. It was a happy environment. It was fun. Everybody was a practical joker, and so it was like being at like a big family reunion with your cousins around. So it was good. It was no fighting, no arguing, none of that. We got along great.
That's what I'm talking about. So basically, when you on set, I mean, a whole day can fly by because you guys, y'all are together, y'all having fun. I mean,
and we were.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna throw my name in the hat right now, Jazsmin. Barbershop 4. Okay. I've been in a couple of movies. Okay. I think I need to come.
I got
shop.
I'm gonna let them know you're available. I'll let them know.
Yes. Now, are there any? We was talking about behind the scene moments and everything. Is there anything you can share that made you laugh, or that that's gonna always be forever in your memories that we couldn't see on Barbershop 1, 2, or 3?
Oh, that you could see.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Let me see if there's anything I can actually share. There was a lot of dance moments, especially in 3, where, because there was always music on set, whether we weren't working, there was always something going on, and somebody's playing music, somebody's singing, somebody rapping, something. So people would just break out and start dancing for, like, no reason at all, which is hilarious. Because there were a few that were not the best dancers in the world, let's put it that way. But you couldn't tell them that at all. So, now, that was always fun to watch.
Now, tell me this: did Cedric Entertainer, try to break out a dance move or two? I've seen him try to do
something. He always
does. I knew it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What
and he really thinks he's good too. He thinks he's good. Yeah.
Now, if you're listening to the show right now, that's Jazsmin saying that. That's not me. All Jazsmin. That's all her. My hands are clean on this. So I'm going to let Jazsmin speak on that one. I've seen your moves, though, but I'm going to leave it at that right I definitely am.
I love it.
I'm not going there on that one. Now, now, let me ask you this. As far as it goes for you outside of Barbershop, are there any future projects, that you're working on?
Yeah. We have Grandma's House, which is in theaters now, with Loretta Devine and Wendy Raquel Robinson and Coco Jones, a big Disney star, young girl. So me and Wendy Raquel play sisters and the daughter of Loretta Devine's character. So that's in theaters now. That's called Grandma's House. And then I have a movie called For the Love of Christmas that will be out this year, closer to the end of the year, like around the holiday time, with some amazing people. Shot that in Chicago. So I got to go what I call back to my second home. So that's always good. And I have another one. Wait. Pantheress, where I play sort of a neighborhood vigilante. Kind of protect my neighborhood, and I got to beat up a bunch of people, so that was super fun.
I want to see that.
Yeah, that'll be out this year as well.
Yeah. Is there a particular quarter that is coming out, or a month?
Well, I don't even have an exact date on Pantheress, but I'm going to say I believe it's November.
Okay.
And then For the Love of Christmas will be out around Christmas time, so December.
Okay. Guys, make sure you do check out both of these movies. Like I said, Jazsmin.
And Grandma's House, which is in theaters now.
Oh, gosh. Make sure, guys, I don't care what you're doing. After this show, I want you to put down everything. Go to the theaters. Check out Grandma's House. You got to see this movie, guys. I want to see it myself. So make sure you check it out. Take your family members. Take your friends. Have the family reunion in the theater. So pack out the theater. Check it out. Yes. Now, Jazsmin, how brief, no, not brief, I don't want to use that word. How important is it that for your social media, for your life to be in Hollywood?
Social media is so much more important than it used to be. It's almost disturbing how important it is. There's a lot of studios and producers and directors that will look at people's social media numbers before they look at their actual talent to hire them for a job, which is kind of ridiculous to me, but true. So we all have to play the game, and I am on social media myself. I'm on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter, and now I'm back on Facebook. I had left Facebook for years just because it was just too much, and I'm back. So, that helps. I look at my social media. I'm very connected to my social media because instead of looking at it negatively, like it's, an invasion of privacy, I look at it as a way to connect with friends and fans and people that want to, reach out to me because I can actually respond. Right. So it's always a good thing. So you got to find me on social media.
And you can admit this, Jazsmin. I think this whole week I've been blowing you up on social media, especially Twitter.
You have. You're on my Twitter. Did you find me on Instagram?
I found you on Facebook. Sent you a message on Facebook. Found you on Facebook.
Yeah.
Of course, I had you on Twitter.
And you found me on Twitter for sure.
Yeah, I believe that's you.
Jazsmin's World.
Yes.
Because I've been retweeting your tweets.
Yep, that's me. Yep.
Yeah.
I got you.
I love that. And so they got to find me on Snapchat and Instagram, which is just my name, Jazsmin Lewis. Spelled Jazsminlewis.
That's what I'm talking about. Everybody grab your phones right now. Go to your computer, your laptop, because you're listening right now live. Go up there.
And send me a message so I can comment back, so I can find everyone.
And that's one thing I will say. Jazsmin, if she sees something that's mentioning her and it's something positive and good, she will retweet. She will comment.
Yeah.
I've been watching. So, yes, I found you. Like I said, I found you on Facebook. I found you on Twitter. So, sometime this evening I will find you on Instagram. So, I'm definitely following that. I definitely am.
I love it. I love it.
One thing I don't understand, though, Jazsmin, why is Hollywood and everybody looking at how many people is following you compared to your raw talent? I mean, I don't get
because they feel like followers equate to butts and seats. How many people are going to go to the theater or turn on the channel in their house? So if you have 10 million followers, that's 10 million possibilities of who will buy a ticket to your movie. That's how they see it. Doesn't mean it's true, but that's how Hollywood sees it. So followers equate to numbers, ticket sales, and ratings in TV shows. That's how they see it.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you where I think this all started at. And if I'm wrong, Jazsmin, please correct me because, I want to know the original root of this. But I think it started. Do you remember a few years ago in American Idol, the Chinese dude that couldn't sing? And he came out and made a video. And everybody was, he's so terrible, we want to follow him and watch. Yeah. I think it was around that time when
it started. That definitely got it going. And the Kardashian family did not help with not in the sense of not necessarily being known for any particular talent, but having huge social media numbers, which does equate to money for them. So it's like it's turning in, so that ramped it up for sure.
Wow. So if you was a Hollywood director, producer, or if you was down at ATL doing your thing, would you personally look at talent over social media, or would you look at them equally?
I because I'm not. Here's the thing. My soul would want to look at only talent, but my brain, I'm not an idiot, so I would have to look at them at least equally.
Good answer. I'll give you. I'll definitely give you that because I know, like I said, I've been in a couple of independent movies, and they're actually trying to turn it into a TV series. It's called the Wicked series, and I know. And the thing is, like, I play a detective named Steve in the movie, and it's crazy though because like we're pitching this stuff, we're getting it out there, but I feel like that if your numbers are not, and when I mean numbers, I mean followers, friends, or whatever, not in the hundred thousands to the millions, it's like you're fighting a hard battle, even though how good it is or how well it is. It's a battle that's going to continue and it's going to be hard.
I totally agree.
Yes. So.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And, I didn't take social media very seriously for a long time. Like, I would do it, like, for fun. But I wasn't doing it as much for business until I realized, I am losing to some, I don't want to call anybody out particularly, but I'm losing a few things to some reality people because they have way bigger numbers. And I was like, okay, time to take this a little more serious.
Mm-hmm. And so
that's what happened,
And since you keep names nameless, I am too. Half of those reality stars, I mean, I ask myself, where's your talent? Seriously.
Yeah.
Reality is not really reality when it comes to television.
Of course not.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, when you have someone like you and others that's blowing the box office, and now you have these people that's coming on local television and they're getting all this attention because they have 1.5 million followers. I mean, it makes you scratch your head. It does. Now, yes, I know you're a busy woman, Jazsmin, so I'm not going to hold you long. But I do have to ask you this. What is your ultimate goal in the television industry and movie industry?
Keep putting out good products, keep doing great work, and keep providing opportunities to other people. I was a producer before I was an actor, so I have a production company, and we've been putting out movies for the last 16 years. So I like to try to give people an opportunity. So I hope to keep doing that.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad you're doing it because
turning out quality work.
Yes, there's a lot of people that's actually that's out there that's got that quality work. It's just that their numbers are not as high, I mean, going back to the following thing. So that's good. I'm glad that you have the heart to actually still try to help people out. And you're doing it one day. Yes. Now, Jazsmin, a lot of people want to know the answer to this right here, and because they're trying to find their way to at least get their big toe in the door. So what advice would you give any male or female that wants to get into the movie industry or television industry to act or, become a producer or just to actually be in that environment? What advice would you give them?
Study your craft, know it well, so that no one can tell you otherwise, like that you don't know what you're doing and you don't have to embarrass yourself. Do it for the love of it. Skin. Don't let anybody dissuade you in any way, and keep persevering because there's ebbs and flows to everything. There's ups and downs to everything, and it's not all going to be perfect, but you don't give up. Never give up.
That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on the Big Scoop with Coop. Jazsmin Lewis, thank you 100 times for coming on the show. I would love to have you going in the future again.
I would love to come back. I love your show, and I'm so excited that you guys had me here. So anytime you want me, I'm coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Jazsmin, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day, And everybody, you heard it here first once again on the Big Scoop with Coop. Until next time, everybody.
Okay, thank you.